Howdy folks, Tex Grebner here with Tex Grebner Outdoors. New videos every week. Motivational Mondays, Weird Wednesdays, and your Tex Grebner Outdoors Saturday morning cartoon awesomeness. So if you don't want to miss out on any of it, you better click subscribe, check that notification box, and make sure you leave me a comment so that I know you was here. But today is Motivational Mondays video is going to be discussing the topic of weight loss, because it's a very popular question that I get, because I've done basically a transformation over the past couple of years, and I haven't really felt comfortable in making a video on the topic until I kind of at least had my own self squared away. But keep in mind, when I'm giving you this advice, I'm only human. Now, I get asked on an almost daily basis about my weight loss and how I did it. And the answer is with difficulty, because the fact is there's no easy way. You're gonna have to wrap your head around the fact that it's gonna suck. Here's the deal. Your body needs fuel, and it doesn't matter at all. It doesn't matter at all if it's fueled by fat or carbs. The fact is, it takes a certain amount of calories at your ideal weight in order to fuel your body. People get wrapped around the axle on what they should be eating. If you've got a weight problem, as I did, there's a high likelihood that you're not eating anywhere near what you're supposed to be eating. Now, I'm not being all high and mighty about this at all, because I literally live my life 3 cookies away from disaster. Like, it never gets any easier, but it's very simple when you don't complicate it. The process is simple. The following through is what's difficult. You cannot out-train poor eating. You cannot out-train or out-exercise binge eating. And I still to this day struggle with binge eating. The fact is, the recommended daily calories for an adult male with a somewhat active lifestyle is 2,000 calories. Now, everybody's different. If you are eating more than 2,000 calories a day and you're not burning off 2,000 calories throughout a 24-hour period, you will not lose weight, because it has to get stored. That's just the way the body works. And it's difficult to get out of poor eating habits. But it doesn't matter what you're fueling your body with. Your body needs fuel. You could drink nothing but 2,000 calories worth of bacon grease in a day. If that's all you were eating, and that was equal to your maintenance calories, you would not gain or lose weight. That's just fact. It's not going to be good for you, but you cannot out-train binge eating. We love calorie-dense foods. It's just a fact. It is not difficult to consume upwards of 6,000 calories in a day. It can be difficult to consume less than 3,000 calories in a day if you're not careful. The way you achieve this is, first of all, set yourself out a plan of what you're going to be eating. You want to figure out what you can afford to eat on a regular basis every day, and figure up accurate serving sizes for the caloric value that's actually in what you're eating. And then you want to actually follow it, but you want to figure out how you can eat 2,000 calories a day. I don't care if it's clean, I don't care if it's junk food, but don't eat more than 2,000 calories in a day. And then at the end of a 7-day week, see what your weight is and see if you lost weight or gained weight. Because everybody gets all wrapped up around the axle on gimmick diets and bullshit. Bad news is there's no easy way. So just to recap, figure out by way of serving size a 2,000 calorie a day diet. You're going to want a food scale so that you can measure out your portions. And I promise that if you follow it, it will work for you. But you can't out-train poor eating habits. You've got to modify what you're eating to fuel your body, and the extra will get burned off. Extra meaning the existing storage of body fat. I am nothing at all special. It's always a good idea, though, to avoid calorie-dense food and look for foods that are high in fiber, because fiber not only keeps you regular, but it takes up space in your stomach and in your intestines. And you'd be surprised just how much non-processed whole food that you can eat for 2,000 calories a day. But you don't want to go over 2,000 calories. Now, this isn't for everybody, but meal planning, following the plan, and accurately measuring out your portions is going to go a long way towards success. Being fit can't make you stop hating yourself, but being fit can make it easier not to hate yourself. A lot of what is available to eat is very, very calorie dense. And while I'm at it, stay away from supplements. I don't believe in using supplements unless you actually have a need to supplement something in your nutrition. So while I'm doling out advice, here's another thing. While I have beat to death the fact that you cannot outwork binge eating, you also don't want to put yourself in a position where you're going to burn out on your workouts. If you are heavy, I'm just going to say it, if you are obese, the way that I have been in my past life, you do not want to burn yourself out with high impact activities that are going to expose you to injury. Not a good idea. You want to be very low impact. What I mean is, you can't just go balls out. My advice to you is, when you're first getting started, do not run. Because it's just going to beat the shit out of your joints and your tendons the arches in your feet. Don't run. What you want to do is walk. You want to do at least 1 hour per day. And yeah, sure, I know there's only so many hours in the day. If you dedicate 1 hour a day to your food prep for the next day, that's prepping, portioning, cooking, packaging. Take 1 hour out of every day and do that. And take 1 hour out of every day that is dedicated to just walking. Just walk for an hour every day. That way you carry your food with you for your 5 meals a day. You're dedicating 2 hours a day to self-improvement. If you figure out all the stupid, piddly little shit that we do in a day, you're gonna have no problem in cutting out all the non-essential things, to where you can then stack 2 hours or 60 minutes here, 60 minutes there together in order to actually be able to work on daily self-improvement. An hour of meal prep a day and an hour of fitness a day. But when you're first getting started, do not run. Walk. Because the fact is, and it's sad, and I'm not trying to be cruel, and the cold, hard, sad, and cruel truth is that it doesn't mean anything in the public eye. The people that are going to judge you on your daily basis. It doesn't matter if you are as strong as a bull if they can't see the muscles. And the way that you get definition is by leaning out, by following that diet week by week, day by day, hour by hour, with discipline and with fortitude and with commitment, day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute. Trust me, I believe that you can do this if you know how. The trouble is, it's going to be your quest, because I can't tell you exactly what nutrition you actually need. My guideline for you, though, is no more than 2,000 calories in a day. You're going to have to start learning how to read food labels and figuring out serving size. Not portion size, serving size. Because that serving size is going to have an actual certain amount of calories in it. And it doesn't matter how much muscle you have to begin with, or how much muscle you put on. If you're strong as a bull, but built like a cow, with no definition. The way that you get your definition is by removing the body fat underneath of the skin. And then we get into the, well, I don't want a whole bunch of saggy skin. Saggy skin sucks. It's ugly, but it doesn't suck nearly as much as obesity. If you're worried about the fact that you're going to have loads and loads of saggy skin, that's an excuse. And you don't even need to worry about it, because with that kind of attitude, you're never going to have to worry about losing enough of that excess body fat in order to need to worry about having excess saggy skin. You got to be positive. It didn't go on overnight. It doesn't have to come off overnight. It just has to come off. Because again, being fit can't stop you from hating yourself. Trust me, I hate myself every day. But being fit can make it easier to not hate yourself and live a higher quality of life. But it's very important that you not only don't exceed a certain amount of calories per day, it's very important that you don't burn yourself out and cause yourself injury by working out too hard, too fast. Because if you're already heavy to begin with, you're not doing yourself any favors by running and wearing out your joints. Walk an hour a day. Find an hour and spend an hour prepping your meals. And in those meals, your total daily calories should not exceed 2,000. And that's just as simple as it is. You're gonna have to be diligent in being honest with yourself about not snacking outside of your plan, measuring truthful portions, and so on. Low impact exercise to start living an active lifestyle and consuming the proper amount of calories per day in a balanced macro and micro nutritional plan and following it. That's the secret. The secret is there is no secret. If you're not living the kind of life that you want to live, if you're not doing what you want to do, if you're not happy with yourself, you only get one life. You only get one chance at this, barring some religious anomalies. But you only get one chance. So if you're not happy with what's going on, you're wasting your life. Because if you're not doing what you want to do and living the quality of life that you want to have, you're just waiting until your death. But you've got to do it. I can't do it for you. All the good advice in the world is totally wasted on deaf ears. It doesn't matter what I tell you if you make up excuses as to why you can't do it. You've got to get out of the idea that you can't. Be a warrior. For fuck's sake, be a warrior. Because if you're not living the way that you want to live, looking the way that you want to look, and with the quality of life that you want to have, you're literally just killing time until your death. And that's no kind of life to be living. I believe that you can do this, truly. But I know it's hard. I said it before in this video, and I will say it again. I live my life 3 cookies away from disaster, and it never gets any easier. But it's what's got to happen. It's what's got to be. It's how it's got to be. And I'm sure you can do it. You've just got to figure out a way of doing it. Because it doesn't matter how ugly it is, it's still got to get done. And getting it done, that's what really matters. You want to make sure that as you get active, you stretch. Stretching is so important. Especially because if you're not really active, and then you start becoming active, you're going to find yourself with a whole bunch of lactic acid buildup and some really tight tendons. But it all starts with making up your mind that this is what you want and not letting anything get in the way. Because eating healthy and eating proper can be damn hard when it's easy to get fast food and not have any idea how many calories is actually in it. Oh, and that reminds me, liquid calories are killer. Man, liquid calories are killer. It is not hard, if you've got a sweet tooth, to drink 6,000 calories worth of soda in a day. High fiber, nutritionally rich foods that are going to fill you up without fucking your calorie ratio all to hell. You have to look at this as a battle for survival. You've got your little food containers for that day. Take them with you. Do not ever be separated from your food. Eat on time, but don't ever be separated from your food. That way you've got no excuse. Now, I'm not saying deliberately break the rules of your workplace, but the fact is, sneak around. Don't let anything get in the way of you and your proper nutrition, because nobody's going to understand. They're going to look at you weird. They're going to look at you and hope you fail. And it's your job to stay on plan and prove them bitches wrong. But it's going to be hard, and it's going to suck. But I believe you can do it. Don't let anything stop you, because you're going to have enough trouble with getting around who you used to be. Prior proper planning prevents piss poor performance. Good quality nutrition, balanced macronutrition, micronutrition, vitamins, minerals, so on. 2,000 calories a day and no more, and light activity for 1 hour a day. 2 hours a day dedicated to a better you. And don't give up. I may cry and I may crawl, and you can kill me, but I am willing to let you kill me before I say I quit. I might walk, but I won't quit. You've got to want it, and you've got to be ready to accept responsibility. Nobody wants to see anybody else do well. So as you start out on your fitness journey, there's a high likelihood that people will shame you, that people will sabotage you, that people will mock you. It's a sad truth, but I believe that you can come out on the other side of it a better person. Everything's going to be all right, because you've got two choices: victory over obesity or lingering death. All you can do is improve yourself and try and outlive who you used to be. And frankly, I don't run because I like it. I run because I'm trying to outrun who I used to be. But it honestly seems to follow me. So I don't know if I'm ever going to be anybody other than who I used to be. But not for lack of trying. So I hope this is helpful to you. I truly hope. I'm here for you. As always, God bless all my sportsmen of America. Join the NRA to protect your rights. Please check out my friends over at SOETacticalgear.com. Thank you very much to those of you involved in law enforcement and those of you served in the military. And thanks for watching Tex Grebner Outdoors.